Welcome back, y'all. It's been a great weekend of football, college, and pros, but today we are focusing on the college students. We had a rivalry game this week between Colorado State and Colorado. Now, if you stayed up last year to watch this game, it was electric. A lot of touchdowns being scored. Went down to overtime. The drive from Shador to Jimmy Horn, you know what I'm saying? Travis Hunter getting hurt and going out early. All of these things, right? So it led us up into the part two of this, which, you know, Colorado's coming off a bad loss to Nebraska, and Colorado State is Colorado State. But this is a rivalry, mind you. This is a rivalry game. So let's get into this. Let's not forget this is a rivalry game. But before we get into this reaction, like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But to start off, before this started, usually in rivalries, there's a lot of chirping going on. There's a lot of chirping. You know, guys talking crap, Michigan, Michigan State, your Michigan, Ohio State, your Oregon, Oregon State. Bad blood between these universities when they meet up. They're very physical games. It's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of things going on. But we know the reason why this particular rivalry was super highlighted and a lot of clips came out is because Deion Sanders is the coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, and the game was really good last year. And the Buffs have a lot of star power, and Colorado State has shown to be a talented team. I know Torrey Horton and Braden Fowler Nicolosi, they put on a show last year and they showed that they have talent on their roster and they can compete. With that being said, they, particularly when I say they, I'm talking about Colorado State, Torrey Horton and Braden Fowler Nicolosi. If you haven't seen the clip, I don't know where you've been, but I'm gonna play how we got here first.
We owe them one, and that's just something that's been sitting on everybody, mind since we came back from break. We owe them, and we walked away from that game, as we kind of left it all on the field. I don't feel like we left it all on the field because we should have murdered them guys, and they came out with that attitude as they were on top of the world, and this ain't.
You don't get this. This is my first problem with that. I don't mind him being confident in his team and saying we owed him one because yeah, it was a close game. You lost in overtime. It was a tough loss. You know what I'm saying? But in a loss, again, keyword loss, you lost the game. You can't then come out and say we should have murdered those guys. There's no coulda, shoulda, wouldas in football. There's wins and losses. Yeah, there's things that don't go which way. You know what I'm saying? You get some bad calls and bad breaks in games. But to go as far as to say you should have murdered Colorado, this is where it gets off kilter to me. I don't mind the banter. I don't mind the trash talk, but saying you should have murdered those guys is a reach from Torrey Horton here. I don't mind the confidence again. It's just the way he's trying to play this right now. I'm gonna let him keep going.
Ain't no Cinderella story, so we coming for revenge.
Yeah, they came out with that attitude and thought it was going to be a cakewalk. They saw the reports, 27 and a half points or whatever it was. And they got a rude awakening real quick. And I think it goes to show that the hype, the media train, all that, it only gets you so far. At the end of the day, you have to line up 11 guys against our 11 guys, and we'll find out who wants it more. And we'll see how far Instagram followers gets them.
We all
Okay, so again, the trash talk. I don't mind the trash talk. I don't care. Y'all was underdogs. Y'all showed that y'all were better than 27 and a half point dogs. Correct. But you bringing sports books into this and reports into this. Did Colorado probably read some of that stuff? Yeah, was they smelling their stuff coming off of a Nebraska win and in a you know what I'm saying, a TCU win to start the year off last year? Yeah, but we know how the year ended. They won 4 games. Was they the most hyped up 4-win team in the nation? Yeah. But again, it goes without saying, it's prime. You know, just Comes with having a Hall of Fame coach, a Hall of Famer as a coach, I should say. But in the latter stages of this, it comes off as bitter from the quarterback that is saying, "Oh, like only Instagram followers get you so far," and all these things, as if they're much better than Colorado State was. You know what I'm saying? They both talented teams. I'm not going to take nothing away from them. Division I athletes, like their starting quarterback and the starting receiver, Torrey Horton probably is going to go to the league. But Instagram followers are only going to get you so far, stuff like that. I don't mind you being confident in yourself, but you are now writing yourself a check that you are counting on your other, because these are two people, 9 guys to cash for you, and the other 11 on defense to cash for you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all two aren't the only ones playing up against Colorado. Now you putting your teammates in a crazy position right now. And I'm assuming y'all leaders on the team, I see a C on your chest. You're setting your team up to write a check that they can't cash if they don't come through. The way y'all came out last year was y'all caught Colorado. I don't want to say lacking because y'all was confident in y'all was confident in yourselves. But like, come on, man. But let's get to where it ended. So here's where I'm gonna speak on Shador, for example, right? Now, I preface this by saying that this is a rivalry game, correct? So at this moment in time, Shador has the bragging rights. He has the bragging rights. Like you could what else can you say in this moment in time to Shador? It's an emotional game. They've been getting dragged all week because they got beat down by Nebraska. Emotions running high. I get it. He stuck his hand out to shake his hand. Shador, the least Shador could have did is shake his hand. That's the least he could do. And I'm because I'm not gonna sit up here and stand on one side and be like, yeah, Colorado, 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 they justified, they justified. You could have shook his hand. I understand he was talking mess, but under the disguise, well, not under the umbrella of a rivalry, where somebody's talking crazy about you, talking crazy about your team, saying y'all just want to be social media famous to a degree. I could understand why he didn't shake his hand. Should he have? Yeah, in the name of sportsmanship, you could have just shook his hand and then and been done with it, been took the high road, you know what I'm saying? But this is a rivalry game. You don't have to take the high road because you won and it's a rivalry game. And at this moment in time, you got bragging rights because now not only did you beat him in overtime, now you beat him handily. So all of this talk about them murdering them and beating them down and that they owe them one. Now I feel for they teammates, the rest of their team, because now they look crazy once again. But should Shadorov shook his hand? Yes. Was it bad sportsmanship in that situation? I can say yes. But in that particular situation, under the guise of a rivalry, you don't got to shake his hand. You know what I'm saying? This is a rivalry game. This is a rivalry game. We don't see like Michigan State a couple years ago got into a fight in a tunnel. Big news. Did you think they was gonna shake their hand going into that tunnel? You feel like anybody felt like having any sportsmanship? So why are we treating this rivalry like anything else? Shador kept the same energy that Braden here was not trying to have. Now on media day, it was cool to bash Shador and the Colorado Buffaloes, the Buffs. But now in the same sense, you revert back and say, oh, well, I'm gonna have good sportsmanship because I'm gonna be humble and stick my hand out. That's admirable. I'll give you a few points for that. But I would rather you have kept the same energy and been like, good game. You ain't got to shake his hand. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? because you obviously don't like them. You obviously don't like them, and you don't have to like them. It's a rivalry game. Once again, we don't see Michigan and Ohio State having a powwow, shaking hands. They go in the locker room. Michigan State shaking hands. They go in the locker room. LSU, Bama. You know what I'm saying? They go in the locker room. LSU, Florida. They go in the locker room. They not trying to talk to each other. Most of the time, it's a fight. Some type of squabble going on. I was about to say Scrabble, but yeah. Last thing on this. Once again, during the game, Follow Nicolosi goes for like a 2 yard scramble, and he does this gesture to Travis Hunter. Okay.
What is that? This is Travis Hunter. Dude, this is Travis Hunter. This is Travis Hunter. Like, who does that? Like, I wouldn't allow my kids to do that. And y'all know that. And that ought to be said. But when you allow kids to sit in an interview and talk against us, and you just got beat by 50 something in week one, come on, dog. Somebody help me here. Am I missing something? Straight up. Tell me. I don't see where that's done in sports. That has to be allowed. Ain't nobody crazy enough to sit up there and say nothing like that. Who does that? I don't know. It's too small. How stupid is that? This is Travis Hunter.
Oh, here's
This
the
is
2 yard
Travis
scramble.
Hunter. This is Travis Hunter.
Ball snapped at 15 seconds left. Fowler Nicolosi flushed, getting to the sideline, and he escapes. But look at all the time that's gone off. There's just 8 seconds left.
Well, they took 6 seconds before they snapped the ball. They had a first down.
It's funny. It's funny that they're speaking like this. In the year prior, their Coach Jay Norvell, went on this tangent about how he takes his sunglasses off when he speaks to grown people, and then he allows his. So you thinking he's some kind of a strict coach, you know? And I get it. You can't police interviews all the time, but you would think that he would entrust his two captains to conduct himself in a professional manner in their interview. Not saying that trash talk is bad. I welcome trash talk. I like trash talk. I want it to happen. But Jay Norvell didn't come off as that coach from what he was portraying last year. So I think Dion is being obviously petty here. And I don't even know why he did the too little thing. Like Travis Hunter didn't tackle him, didn't run him over, he didn't do nothing. You scrambled out of bounds. You went out of bounds, dude. Like, what are you doing? So again, I think it was more bark out of Colorado State this weekend. Good win, Colorado. But I can say that Colorado was being a bit petty here. Justifiably so. When somebody talks bad on you and you get to get your bragging rights because you won the game handily, coming off a tough loss, you feeling yourself a little bit. Hey, have your fun. Move on next week. There's gonna be old news next week anyway. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. This is your boy Melly. This is the 111 show, and I'm finna get us up out of here. Go.